You are listening to Larry Connors, USA.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
This is Larry Connors, USA. Larry Connors, USA.
Name one abortion restriction that you might support.
Senator, let me try to respond this way. I have tried to make sure on this important issue for so many people, where oftentimes, again, we have different views, but deeply held views, that I have tried to make sure that I am abiding by the law. Because whether it's a particular restriction or whether it's the whole idea of abortion, whether we agree or not, we have to come to some conclusion.
Feb 25, 2021. The question was simple. Name one abortion restriction you could support. That was posed by Senator Daines to Javier Becerra, who's Biden's nominee to head Health and Human Services. Name one. Just name me one abortion restriction you could support. You didn't hear the answer, did you? What you watched, my friend, was the Becerra dance. And we're going to play more of it for you as we go through the next 2 hours. Abortion is front and center because of the leftist attitude and push and shout, and they don't care about babies who might be on the verge of being born if the mother decides to abort them anyway. This is critical. This is critical to our nation. It's critical to life. It's critical to humanity. And it's absolutely immoral the way the left continues to push this under the guise of women's choice and women's health. Every time I see this issue, my first response is to the woman that goes on and on about it's my body, I do what I want, I can do what I want, I have my own decision to make, I don't need you, I don't need the government, so forth, so on. I nod, I agree, you're right. And if your mother had exercised that same opportunity, you would not be standing here to argue the point with me, would you, in the discussion? But I want you to hear how Senator Steve Daines, Republican of Montana, pressed Becerra repeatedly. And Becerra gets into talking about his mother praying the rosary for him every morning. That is good. I'm glad she does. And, of course, Becerra is Catholic. And where does the Catholic Church stand upon abortion? And, of course, Joe Biden, Catholic, at one time supporting the Hyde Amendment, which would not give federal dollars for the actual abortion. Federal dollars still go to Planned Parenthood, but not federal dollars for the actual abortion. And Joe Biden, a staunch Catholic, did a reverse during the campaign, realizing I can't win unless I basically sacrifice babies to the left and their theory and what they want. That's what he did, friend. Make no mistake about it. We're going to get in that in more detail. And, of course, the left is trying to make sure you understand that the GOP, any Trump supporters, are terrorists, domestic terrorists. Do you consider that you're a terrorist simply because you support the GOP or Donald Trump? Do you think you should be ranked with terrorist activities and nations? Now, of course, they're going to point to the Capitol Hill event. We understand that. And they also point to that Charlottesville, Virginia event where Trump said there are fine people on both sides. They continued to push that lie around as if it were fact that he was encouraging the Proud Boys, the Klan, and others to go on the attack. And he did not. They absolutely ignore the other parts of the quote. We'll get into that. Because the left has suddenly discovered the word hypocrisy. They have discovered the word, but they do not know the meaning. I'm going to give you some very clear examples. They will tell you That's hypocritical. But they never look in the mirror and see how hypocritical they are at any point. And there's so many subjects in front of them right now that they are ignoring because it does not fit their narrative, and they are the ones being hypocritical. And then again, have you heard this? This must be really embarrassing. Must be really embarrassing. Some Democrats want the nuclear codes taken away from Joe Biden. They apparently think that Joe Biden is not capable mentally of handling the nuclear codes. Oh, we'll get into that story. We have a lot to cover over the next 2 hours. Lock and load. Ready. On the right.
You can hear podcast of this program at Larry Connors USA Facebook. Larry Connors USA Facebook.